Hey guys, Chris here, the Ultimate Recycler. Welcome back to the channel. We're at episode 4 of the Great Shop Cleanout series. I'm standing in the storeroom, or one of 2 storerooms. If you've been following the channel, you know where I'm up to. We got some power supplies and things from this spot last time. We need to make some headway into this largish pile, but by comparison, it's a molehill compared to the rest of the stuff we've got to clean up. I think I've been including the link in my recent videos of the walk around where I've acknowledged being a hoarder of sorts, and I take you through all my stashes. I have storerooms, other places. I have a carport full at home. I have an emergency storage shed that we're working through every week. It goes on. So if you're new to the channel, check that out. Today, I need to make more headway here. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I just thought I'd set the camera up and start filming. I guess work through it systematically. We have some more chargers and power packs to go through. If you remember the last, or not the last episode, because we've got the bikes out of the back shed. And incidentally, I've had a couple of the bikes out the front, haven't sold any yet. They've only been out there for a day, I think. The chargers that I had the little stand on, I'll give you a bit of a shot of what I did now. That's been out for 2 weekends, and I'm proud to say I have sold 6 of them. So $6 in the kitty, but 6 chargers gone, and $1 each is a lot more than I would get for scrap metal for them. Well, electric wires really all you're going to get, because the power supply is a switch mode power supply. They're just so light, they're not really worth anything. So we are doing better than scrap, but it's going to take a long time to get through my piles. We'll keep it up though, because every dollar helps, and we're rehoming them rather than throwing them into the waste stream. All right, I'll grab the camera. We'll have a bit of a look at this pile and see what we should tackle first. Probably there's a box at my foot. We probably should have a look in that. I'm not sure what's in it. There's going to be lots and lots of unboxings going through this pile here. I have aisles down here. The aisles are full of stuff. There's boxes and boxes to the roof there. Behind that big pile, there's a steel cabinet that's full of old car manuals. I don't know what's in some of these ones. These came from the farm, and I've got wire and various things over the top of them. Just sometimes whenever you can find a flat space, something gets put. You've also, if you've been following the channel, had a quick peek in that room, and we do need to get some more stuff out of there. There's more crates of old bottles. I think there's some pretty interesting mystery stuff in there as well. So I think probably the plan of attack should be, well, today we'll open this box and see what's in it. I don't know how long that's going to go for. What we find in there, I'm not sure. Might even be paperwork, which obviously I won't show you if it's business paperwork. And these boxes, the suitcase, the box there, I think is farm stuff. Those 2 are chargers, and because we've talked about those before and been through them, you know my strategy. I'll be sorting them into voltages and trying to sell them at $1 each. Anything unusual I may put on eBay down the track. I did have one subscriber, Hugh, who noticed a Lenovo laptop charger sitting in the top of one of these boxes, and he's maybe an offer on that, so I'll put that aside for him. Not sure what's in the milk crates. Honestly, don't know. I can't even see. There is some bookwork in there. I'm not going to show you my tax figures. There's a what's that? A DVD set-top box, something like that. A lot of wiring. There's a nice old milk glass vintage light shade. We can get that out and put it in the shop. This one's just if that's what's in the box, it's just a modern fabric shade. Looks like it is brand new. All right, well, that can go straight in the shop. We'll put $5 on that. Don't know what's in this little box. Looks like paperwork and stuff. What's this? Owner certificate, motor car owner certificate. Owner certificate of motor car number 1932. Oh, I see the name. Okay, that's a distant relative. It must have come from the farm. 1932 registration certificate, I think. Interesting. I will check that out. Some of the family history stuff I will keep. Some will be sold. Okay, perhaps we'll take this box through to the counter and see what's in it. Okay, I just had a look. I know it's not paperwork. It's actually stuff from the farm. Now, if you are new here, there's going to be a lot of things I just assume you know about. Like I talk about the farm, you're going to say, what's that? Well, there's an entire playlist on the Great Farm Cleanup. I grew up there. My parents were there for 60 years. And there's a big series of videos that spanned a couple of years, perhaps, I think, on cleaning up the place when that mum and dad, well, we lost dad and mum's moved over here. So that's about nearly 4 hours drive from here. So there's a series on that. Go and check it out. I think you'll find it interesting. There's also a series on cleaning up my old shop, and I have a regular weekly video on emptying my emergency storage shed at home, where a lot of stuff came from the old shop and ended up at home. This shop here I've been in for 2 or 3 years now, and the premise of this series is we have to clean this up. So after 23 years retailing antiques and collectibles in a small country Victorian town, I'm now essentially retiring. We don't know when. The property will be sold. In about 3 weeks there's going to be an auction. Hopefully it either has a very long settlement date if it sells, or it sits on the market for a while. And I'm saying that from my perspective because I don't want to leave here. I'd like to stay here as long as I can. And it's going to take me a long time to clean it all up. So that's the background. I might go through that in every video, but if you're new here, well, at least you know. So this stuff's from the farm that we packed up, and there's some there's comics. This is an old TV game. It's like an Atari. I think it's a Sheen. I can remember my brother and I must have got this perhaps in the 70s. When did these things come out? It would have been I reckon it would have been the 70s. So it's one of the old, I think it has like the old Pong game. Very simple, couple of little hand controllers, plugs into your TV, CRT TV of course, and it has tennis, hockey, squash and handball, which were probably pretty much the same sort of game, just a little blip going across the screen and you moved your paddles. It was pretty cool. The battery compartment's missing. That's a shame. That's going to have some market. It may sell quite well on eBay. I'll check out. If I can get a firm price on it, I'll put it in the shop. So all this farm stuff I've been selling for years now. And I have put some stuff away to put on eBay down the track. But most of it we sell through the shop. The money goes into a tin for if mum has to use it, or we use it for our family Christmases. So it's not really part of my business. It's just fortunate that I have a second-hand shop and we can get good value for it. Instruction manuals, there's two the same. On a milk separator. Now I actually sold this separator through the shop quite some time ago. Dad used to milk his own cows. I spent time when I was young actually milking by hand. We didn't have a machine. And we used to separate our own cream. And I think in the early days Dad actually ran pigs and they used to get the skim milk. Don't know what happened to the skim milk after that, but I remember separating and getting the cream, which was absolutely beautiful, really thick cream. You could spread it on bread with a knife. It didn't just flow off the sides. It was like beautiful, rich, have jam, fresh bread, cream, fantastic. So yeah, and I remember having to wash that up. It was a big job to wash all the separator parts up. So they will have a market because separators are collectible. Now we have lots of tubs in here. I might try and get the camera a little bit closer so you can have a look. And here you go, looking over my shoulder. And if you see the screen bump wildly, and it's not you, it means I've kicked the leg of the tripod. Okay, in this vintage Paul's Snowball double choc chip ice cream container. It's not overly old. It's got a barcode, so it's after 1980s. But it was on special for $1.99. How's that? Oh, we have a lot of these collector cards. These are from tea packets and cereal packets. There's birds. I think, what were the bird? They were in Tiny Tips tea, were they, or something? It doesn't actually say on the cards. So there's lots of those ones. And they were good back in the day where you got things in cereal packets. There's, it looks like there's more in here. We used to collect the plastic premiums, they called them, little plastic toys, and some of those are worth quite a lot of money nowadays. The cards probably aren't. We got, these are the stereo cards where you put them in a special viewer and you get like a 3D image. See Australia with TAA, that was an airline. There's the viewer thing you used. I think I've had those through the shop. TAA stood for Trans-Australian Airlines or Transatlantic, Trans-Australian perhaps. I know Red Gum the band back in one of their albums must have been the 80s, said that TAA stood for Try Another Airline. Always struck me as funny. These are Vita-Brits Breakfast of Champions. So yeah, cereal packets, Wheat Bix. The cards generally aren't worth very much. They had cards back in the 60s and 70s. They had collector cards with everything. Used to get them from the fuel stations. There's, a Kermit the Frog transfer. Or is that a game? It's in a Cool Pops packet. So lots of memories here. We're not going to get much value. Heaps more cards. Birds of the World, Vita-Brits. I think I'll be boxing these up and just putting them in one lot. Not worth trying to make sets. It's just, yeah, look, they sell on eBay too, but they don't bring very much. So I think we'll do some bulk lots in the shop. Well, here we have a Cons glass tankard, I guess you'd call it. And I've got a tag on there saying it's from the farm. Cons was a soft drink manufacturer in Victoria, Bendigo and Swan Hill, if I remember correctly. So that could have some value to a bottle collector. I don't know if it's rare enough to put on eBay, but maybe. What have we got here? Oh, more Cons. Travel cups. I can remember Mum actually using these when we went on a trip. Plastic travel cups. So that's a good go with for a bottle collector, particularly if someone collects Cons bottles. So it may be worth eBaying. Alright, we have a massive stack of comics here. Old Phantom comics. These will be back to the 70s, maybe even the 60s. Some of them probably came from other places. We might have got them secondhand. Donald Duck, it's 1 shilling. And it's Australian, so that's got to be, well, that's pre-1966. Some comics can be worth a lot. These aren't in the best condition. They've been well read. And unfortunately, it's had a name in text or written on the cover. And some of the covers are very ratty. But these are, what numbers are these? Number 346. So I'll have to do some checking. Comics do sell well through the shop, but there may be some rare issues in here. Really don't know. It's going to take a while to check these out. Now that's got big names on it, and that's in shillings again. So in the 60s, a little bit later here. Donald has got a barcode, so that's in the 80s. All right, 15 cents, but that could be US. All right, I've got to do a lot of checking on those. They may end up in the shop at like $5 a pick or something, but I will check them first. They may eBay. That might be something I'll do down the track. Oh, there's stacks of them. Donald Duck. I remember reading a lot of these as kids. These are mostly Donald Duck. Oh, there's a different one. That looks a bit gruesome. 4 Thrillers. Don't know that one at all. We may have bought them at, I think there was a second-hand book place at one stage we used to go to as kids. We used to buy war comics as well. Here we have some other books. First Overland, Tim Slezor. That doesn't ring a bell at all. No, it's not one that I read. Looks like it's a 50s era book. Reader's Book Club. I think we might have been in a book club at one stage. 1957. Probably a first edition. So some of these will be worth checking. It's good that it's got its dust cover. Not in bad condition. And another one here, Zoo Quest for a Dragon, David Attenborough. Oh, David's been around a long time. I think he's still with us, isn't he? I can't see a date, but this looks 50s as well. It's another Reader's Book Club. And it's, yeah, 1957, 1959. So it could be some good value in those. If I find some on eBay that bring good money, I'll put them aside for eBay, but otherwise I'll end up in the shop. Heaps more comics. All right, I've got a bit of research to do there. And what have we got? More magazines down here. Omega Science Digest. I think my brother Greg subscribed to these ones. Omni, 1980s. Again, I'll check eBay to see if they have any sort of collectability. Otherwise, I'll just go through the shop. Oh, Kempthorpe, there's a... Hang on, we'll get rid of these. This is a vintage lighting book. Kempthorpe was, I think they were Australian. Very retro. So this is a catalogue, lighting. Oh, how's that for a retro scene? It's even got prices. So it's a lighting catalogue with prices. Oh yeah, they're all your flying saucer type lights that were big in the 60s and 70s. I'd say this is probably a 70s catalogue. It just looks 70s. How's that for a kitchen? Oh, look at the coffee pot. Retro glassware. That's fantastic. You could look through these for hours. They're really good. Oh, look at those lights. Very space age. Now, something like that would bring good money now. It's always fun looking through catalogues, and it's a good way of getting your head around dates for things, because this catalogue should be dated. Was there a price list in the front? Should have had a date on it. 1966. August 1966. Sewing machine. Look at those lights. Very retro. The anodised aluminium ones. Now, this should have some good value, I would think. 1966 lighting catalogue. Oh, look at the retro furniture in that. Probably a Featherstone chair, is it? Those sort of things bring good money. Okay, it's got an order page, I think. Very good. That's a really nice catalogue. I would expect that would sell well on eBay. We'll check that one out. Here we have the ABCF Doing It Right on the Roads, a driving book. Peter Brock, of course, was a famous Aussie race driver, did well at Bathurst over the years. Most of you who aren't in Australia may not have heard of him. He ended up being killed in a car accident, not even in a race, I think, from memory. So it's just a tip on how to drive. This would be 1980s, I would think. He was a Holden driver. Do we have a date? No, we don't. I'm sure it'd be 80s. Okay. Now we have a machinery catalogue and general reference book for Sunbeam, so they'd be shearing stuff. The cover's obviously particularly tasty for insects. They've really had a good go at that. So Sunbeam shearing gear. It looks probably 70s again, maybe even 60s. That's a pretty old firefighter setup. Actually, the colouring almost looks 50s. Handpieces. So one for the shearing collector. We don't have a date, I don't think. Oh look, the back cover's been well eaten. Whatever that cover's made out of, it was delicious. Can't see a date, but I'm thinking it could even be late 50s. All right, shame it's so badly damaged. Oh, here's another one. It will affect the value. Sunbeam Cooper shearing shed reference book. Okay, farming stuff is quite collectible. We're getting to the bottom of the box. We have a Merlin. Oh, I think this was my brother's. An electronic game. And I think you played tic-tac-toe or noughts and crosses, depending what you call it. And I remember the noise. I'm sure, hopefully it hasn't got any corrosion in it. It has plastic bag. The terminals are corroded and there's one that's corroded right off. I think it's worth trying to fix. I'll have to check out on eBay to see if they bring much. I can't say I've ever seen another one in the shop. It's pretty good condition on the front. Just the battery terminals. Original box. So this would be 70s for sure. Parker Brothers trademark. Handheld gaming would have been pretty early. Tic-tac-toe music machine and echo. Oh, you had to repeat a sequence. Okay. Toll Toys. There's no barcode, so it's certainly pre-1980s. I would say it would be late, probably mid-70s. Oh, we do have the instructions here too. We have some kids out the front playing the piano. The shop is closed today. I couldn't do this on a day when we're open. It's just too busy. Right, we almost are finished here. There's a couple of metal... Oh, okay. These are... These would have been out of the workshop at the farm. They're gate latches for, I think for HV Mackay gates. I'll have to check them out. They will probably be eBay items. They're a cast iron, early farming gate latch. And what's in the bottom here? Matchbox super fast. A little brochure on... Oh, we used to have that track for Matchbox cars. I wonder what happened to that. I don't remember seeing that. Don't think that's going to be worth much, but I will check that out. And a little box here. I'll get the big one off the counter. I'll adjust the camera. And I think these booklets came... Hang on, what's this? Oh, a Holden badge. Very rough, bit bent. Looks like it was brass. I don't remember where that came from. These booklets I think came from my grandfather when I cleaned out his house a long time ago, well before I had a shop I think, or back in the early days. And these are fire brigade demonstration programs, official programs. This one's 1928, 1951. So he used to go to all the fire brigade demos as we knew them as, which was basically a competition day between all the local volunteer fire brigades, and they would run down the track with their carts and plug hoses into fire hydrants and squirt targets, and something I never got into, but my grandfather was quite well up in it, did very well. 1934, 1940, these are early ones, 1927. So some good country Victorian fire brigade history here, and he's written in the results or times of the races, one-man marshal. There's an ad for a fireman's dance on Saturday night, meet the visiting fireman, rules of the demonstration, and all the competing teams, all the local towns that competed. So it wouldn't mean much to anyone that's not into this sort of thing, but I'm sure there's collectors for it. I did sell some of these on eBay many years ago and they did quite well. Annual sports meeting Dimboola, that was for schools, school sports, official program 1 shilling. And that was 1959, so maybe that was Dad's. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Another fire brigade one, that's a nice early one, 1949, 1932, 1939. Well, I'll check out eBay for those as well. I don't think they're likely to sell through the shop. These are more going to be requiring a special collector, and eBay's a good way to find them. I think we have an ambulance going past for something. All right, so that's all we have in this box. So yes, I know it's going to take years for me to clean up at this rate, but it's fun. You guys enjoying it, I hope. My strategy with that sort of stuff is that, look, it's obviously been sorted before. When we were cleaning the farm up, it was sorted probably with the idea that this will be worth eBaying. We'll put it aside. Some of it I still will. I'm not going to eBay anything really while we're doing the whole shop cleanup, and that's going to take quite some time. So eBay stuff will be kind of stored. But I will check that out when we're open tomorrow, go through it quickly. If I can establish a price for things such as the TV game, the vintage Atari type thing, if I can find a reasonable price for it and I'm confident that it's not worth a fortune, I'll put it in the shop and we'll sell it here. So I will reduce the quantity of that box and only store what I think will be good eBay stuff. So that's the plan. We're just going to keep going through the stuff in that back room. There's a lot of it that won't be so involved. It'll just be, oh, this stuff just needs to go. We might donate something. It might be out the front for free. It might be $1 each, who knows. So we'll keep going through it. Hopefully some episodes will make a lot more space. This particular episode, well, we've moved one box. That's something. We found a bit more concrete. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.